Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition of the ITK Soccer Show. It's the 27th of October 2014. We're currently watching the last 20 minutes of QPR versus Aston Villa in the final Premier League game of this particular match day. We have so much to talk about this week. Dan and John are here as always. John is going to give us a breakdown of Liverpool versus Hull from a live perspective as he was over at Anfield.
Shouldn't take long. So obviously with that we've got all the Premier League results as well. We've got Champions League results, El Clasico. We'll be talking the latest news. We'll be talking the last week after the 8th fixtures between all Irish teams in the League of Ireland, and we'll also be discussing the Capital One Cup preview, as well as that we have our teaser, our answer to last week, our awards, and the fantasy football update. So a hull of a show, as people might say. How are things, Dan?
Good.
Yeah. Can I just tell a brief story there?
Oh, gotcha.
Before I was in a taxi to the airport in Liverpool, and I was listening to Stan Collymore and whatever radio show he does.
Talksport, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was doing that thing where you think about the podcast when you after a day of football, and you're like, Jesus, some El Clasico, some Champions League. Like I'm gonna have to tell Dan we just can't talk about Leeds. It's like anymore breaks the news, and I'm sitting there going, damn it. It's impossible not to talk.
It's first on the list as well. Well, there we go. There's our segue. So yeah, we've got an issue with the Leeds manager. He's been told to stay at home.
Essentially, he's told not to manage the club anymore, but he still is on the books and manager, but he's not manager anymore.
Okay, so they just don't want to pay him his
essentially, they're going to go, instead of paying you a big lump sum up front, we'll just spread it out over the next 18 months and run your contract out.
Yeah.
While Neil Redfern today has been appointed, it's not 100% confirmed officially, but a lot of sources from the Yorkshire Evening Post are saying, yeah, he has taken it, and he had a meeting with Cellino today saying, I'm not taking this if it's a short-term thing. And you have to back me. So it'd be hilarious. Like he actually says Cellino is right behind him. Apparently Cellino, the only reason why he didn't get the job before is because he's head of the academy and he's bringing in really good players every year. Like just one gem every year. So there was Sam Byram 2 years ago. Yeah. Last year there was Alex Mowat, and now this year is Lewis Cook.
Yeah.
So
hasn't done any good though.
I can't believe.
They're Cook and Mowat are probably our best midfielders at the moment. Like,
I can't believe I missed all this. Like I'm a keen subscriber to Yorkshire Evening News.
You know what? I was going to bring that up, John. Have you ever seen a physical copy of the Yorkshire Evening News?
Yeah.
Well, they're not real.
Yeah, so it's the
Yorkshire Evening Post, so you won't get the Yorkshire Evening News anymore.
Well, that's what it used to be called, because we're pretty old school.
Yeah.
But back in the day when it was the Yorkshire Evening News, instead of, the top redhead banner that they usually have, like Sunday World or Star, it's just a pudding with gravy on it.
Oh, really? Very good, yeah.
That's how they used to do it.
Very good.
Leeds fans are known for their...
Bucket pies.
Yeah. They're known for a lot of things.
But so this guy now, so essentially...
This is shambolic.
This is the fourth manager now we've had, except it's... So essentially Redfern was replaced by Milanic, and Redfern is now replacing Milanic and getting the job permanently, which he probably should have done anyway.
Has there ever been another instance of a team or a club asking the manager to sit at home rather than pay him severance?
Di Matteo.
He just sat out his contract?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
that's why he didn't take any other jobs for ages.
Okay.
Plus, he's not a very good manager, but he's won the Champions League, so it's quite.
He's all right.
It's insane, isn't it?
No, but
he's a Schalke manager now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. No, but that's the whole thing though. With Leeds, like Clough was 44 days, Jock Stein was 44 days, both in the 70s. Clough got sacked. We all know that kind of story. I've seen the Damned United. It's a gist of it anyway. Jock Stein then took the Scotland job because he was a big Celtic Scottish guy, and Scottish guy came up. He left Leeds to take that, and then Milanic was only 32 days. So Hockaday actually lasted more. And Hockaday won two games as well.
1 second. John's George hooking the mic again.
Oh, for God's sake, John.
Sorry, I enjoy it.
Well, Dave always goes to me, who is that breathing down the mic every week? And I'm like, is it me? I don't think so. Maybe it is. But at least we know the culprit anyway.
Sorry, Dave.
Apologies are meant. Speaking of the Scotch, Mike Ashley has bought Rangers.
Yes.
So what does this mean for the club?
He has to sell Newcastle.
I don't know does he have to though.
He can't own two clubs.
But does he not own such a percentage of it that he can make decisions, but he doesn't own all of it or something?
You can own two clubs,
I don't think you can, no.
But what about the fucking where Lampard was supposed to go in Man City? They're owned by the same people.
There's a lot of it's not the same. Like he's gonna have
complete control of both of them as far as I know.
Okay.
Plus, I think that's what he wants because there's more money in Rangers than there is in Newcastle.
I think he's just fleeced Newcastle everything he has. Like I think it's a good move for Rangers. Like they won't go bust with him.
He spent very little money in Newcastle and he gets free advertising.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, he'll do well for Rangers. I think because he won't like. They had a guy called White and Green, so I think they're just putting people the names of colours. But
Like Leeds.
Leeds. No, we don't point people if they've got number 17 in their date of birth. That's why we sacked Paddy Kenny. He's born on the 17th of January.
Well, you must have had to hire him before you sacked him. So this rule isn't exclusive.
No, well, he was a keeper if we had already, and he just didn't give him a squad number. He said you can go.
Where did this come from, and is this real?
Chilino's terrified of the number 17.
Oh, so it's since Chilino came in.
Chilino's terrified. We've retired the number 17.
Yeah.
He was in a car crash on the 17th of a certain day. The car reg coming into him was 17 as well.
Okay.
And he's got this thing.
Was
and
the
also
driver wearing number 17?
Probably.
Like, was he like on a Formula 1 course or something?
And he,
You know,
well, was the other thing. He's scared of the colour purple, so he's banned Leeds from staying in a hotel where the rooms are purple.
I thought this was actually a pre-Chilino thing, and that
No, this is
just old school as
Who
the pudding.
do you think it is? Of course, it's Chilino. Like that's why Paddy Kenny never played a game when Chilino took over in March.
Zidane has been banned from coaching. The period is 3 months. What has he done?
He doesn't have any badges.
Okay, so
I think
should he
it's- I
not be
think
banned
it's-
until he gets badges?
Yeah, I think.
Well, I'm
that's-
sure it is, but like it's a first off ban of 3 months. Like I'm sure
He was
he's going to
managing-
be missed.
He's
Like.
mentioned the Castilla, which is the B team from Madrid.
Do Madrid need a B team?
Yeah, it's the reserves.
Yeah, but it's just like
Well, Barcelona B's. It's Barcelona.
yeah, Barcelona
Plus
can.
A's, B's and C's.
Barcelona bring up youth players. Real Madrid
Real
don't.
Madrid actually. People say Barcelona are the best for bringing through talent. They
Nobody
probably
says that.
are, but they keep the talent. But if you actually went round Europe?
Oh, chance. Sorry.
You get some really good.
Jesus.
You get some really good players who are actually from Madrid. Like I know Soldado wasn't worked out, but Soldado would be one. Negredo would be one.
Aye.
There's a few. There's actually loads of them. Like around Europe, I can't remember the list. I saw a list
So
of it there before.
what was
like,
the catalyst for him being banned? Because he was clearly already in charge. So what?
I think Madrid are furious about the whole thing.
I think they just looked at it and they were like, "Can we see your badges?"
Okay, so
No.
they were just doing it on the sly. They were trying to pull a fast one, really, weren't
Yeah.
they?
I don't think.
Exactly.
I don't know if they even realised you'd need them. Like, didn't Steve Staunton not take over Ireland with no badges?
Would you tell me?
I think he might have.
No, he had badges.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of Ireland as well, actually, we're
Go for
now
it.
the lowest ranked team of all the home nations. Like, so England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and England.
And there's
What?
also a complete mess up of all the tickets, like for the Scotland game, because everyone wants one. And apparently, none of the fans who went to the Georgia game are getting them.
Okay.
Which I think's
Oh no, that's
Considering
terrible.
they went to Georgia, you think they'd?
Yeah, that's where's that? Tehran? Is that?
I don't even know how it's working. Like I know that Celtic.
You just apply for
It's
them.
in Celtic Park, but it's no. They have no ticket allocation, like so. It's just obviously split 50-50 and everyone wants
I
tickets.
don't know, but yeah, no. So even though we've actually gone up 9 places for our draw against Germany, but the 7-0 win over Gibraltar doesn't count because FIFA still don't recognise them as a country, even though they're in the European
Yes.
qualifying.
Does it really matter? Are England still like 5th or something?
Yeah, but like, no, they're 20th now. It's the lowest they've been in a while. Northern Ireland have jumped like 25 places. They're like 42nd.
Yeah, but
or
they
something.
got results against like Portugal and Russia and have
Greece.
won 3 months. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, they've won their first 3 matches. Yeah, so there you go.
So they're better than us.
Well, in terms of FIFA rankings, there, and they've got a population of what 2 million.
Yep. We're going to be talking about Luis Suarez quite a bit later when we talk about his maiden voyage for Barcelona. He has come out this week, though, and said that he denies racially abusing Patrice Evra.
Did you guys watch this interview?
It was amazing,
Liberty?
wasn't it?
It was unbelievable.
It was like-
I bought the Guardian in Liverpool just to read the whole piece. Like,
So what can you give us any quotes, or pretty much what was the gist?
well, they had a lot of his book in it, and like of the moment when he bit in the World Cup, like, and how his manager was like, "This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do." And
Yeah.
Suarez in his head was like, "What, 10, 12 matches?" Like, it's like, "No, you're no football for 4 months or whatever." Like, he just said how heartbroken he was, and
He thought. Didn't he say he thought his minute to Barcelona was off? I think he thought
Yeah.
he wanted out anyway. It seemed.
well, yeah,
It seemed like he wanted to go to.
He wanted his
Barcelona.
dream move in Barcelona anyway. Like, and I think he was.
I always thought he'd be a Real Madrid player.
Yeah, was his dream move not Real? I don't.
I always
don't know
thought
which
Maybe
one.
Real
it was. Well, no, I think it's Barcelona because his wife lives there. Like, her family lives there, so
Yeah.
like maybe I'm sure he would have taken either, but yeah, he just
No, Madrid and Paris and Germain were both different from. I heard.
yeah, but it doesn't mean he wants to go to them. Like.
I think he wanted to go anywhere.
I think Barca were. I always just saw him like.
I think
I always thought Madrid would be the team to get him, sort of thing.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I could see him in a Madrid t-shirt, not a Barca t-shirt. It was also the way
That's
I
because
saw
you
it,
think Barca are holier than thou, not because I think
No.
he's more suited. He's not fast enough to play for Real Madrid.
Okay, so we're going to finish the news on a bit of a downer here. The South African captain and goalkeeper Senzo Moia has been shot dead in Johannesburg.
Yes.
This was it was basically he was trying to protect his girlfriend during an armed robbery.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's it's just crazy.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I had him as my hero of the week. So there
Okay,
you go.
grand.
So, but yeah, no, it's terrible, isn't it? He was captain and everything.
Yeah.
Like it shows, like, but I don't know, with the Pistorius thing and all that. Jesus, like
Yeah, it's
they're
nuts.
mad over there, aren't they?
I didn't actually see the name. Well, South Africa is just a very dangerous country in a lot of ways, but I didn't see the name. I just saw the headline,
Yeah.
that South African captain, and I was thinking to myself, was it a Je suis Jabalabla? But thankfully,
Thankfully he's still alive.
he's
Yeah,
still
no.
alive, which
No,
is-
but Lucas Radebe got shot twice in South Africa.
is that correct?
Yeah, he was driving along and some guy came up with a gun to the window. And this is when he was famous. Like, I think he was over for the summer holiday or something, or visiting family or whatever you do. And your man just comes up to the window and goes, "Give me the car." And he goes, "What?" And then he heard a massive noise. And then he just realised, wait a minute, I've just been shot in the chest. Like, he was fine. I don't know how. Like, he's just got shot randomly, just, straight to hospital then.
Champions League action from Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. The Tuesday night fixtures had some incredible results. Three absolute shellackings. Shakhtar Donetsk with a 7-0 victory. Chelsea beat Maribor 6-0. And Roma went down 7-1 to Bayern Munich. Francesco Totti was taken off at half-time.
That was because they knew the match was gone.
It was
no point in having
it was
his
so
legs, like.
similar to the Brazil-Germany game in the World Cup that it was almost like Roma weren't there.
Yes.
Like, Neuer didn't make one great save from Gervinho, like one of the best saves I've ever seen, but it just looks so efficient. Like, they're just getting so many different goals. Like, even Robin's goal, just like, here's a world-class goal just on its own. Like, that's probably my goal of the week. Actually, it's not Ronaldo's against Liverpool, but
sure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they were just incredible, just like a machine. It was
Tell me this, just speaking, just a real brief aside, is the best team in the world right now is Madrid or Bayern? I think is
They're
safe to say.
the two.
I think it's Madrid, yeah.
I think
You think it's
Madrid.
Madrid?
I think
Yeah.
Madrid are. Well, we'll talk about it.
Well, if you look at win-loss, Bayern have had a more successful year than Madrid. They started off La Liga pretty shaky.
Last year they came in and Ozil left and Ancelotti was put in, and there was kind of your man Florentino Perez was kind of acting the Egypt a bit, and there was kind of a bit of dissension. Like what they cost the league was they lost the 2 Clásicos,
Yeah.
and they lost to Atletico Madrid as well at home. They lost the big games,
Sure.
and obviously it literally is a 6-pointer because they get 3 and you get 0. So
Well, regardless of how they got to where they got.
and they had a bit of a Mickey start as well.
Yeah, but
they lost
that's it.
1 or 2. So
Bayern drew with a Mooch and Gladbach this weekend, so
Wow.
0-0.
Okay, well, either way, that's just
That doesn't matter.
the Champions League match that I would like to see. In other results from Tuesday night, Barcelona beat Ajax 3-1 pretty comfortably. And Schalke and Sporting had an incredible
Yes.
match. Would you like to go through that? It was 3-0 at half-time.
what was that? 5-4 or something?
It ended 4-3.
4-3. Did Nani play?
Yeah, Manchester United, one of the Manchester United's highest paid players playing for Sporting Lisbon. I think he scored.
I think he did.
Not sure.
Safe
I
to
wasn't
say.
work for this. So.
Moving on to Wednesday night, nothing...
Actually,
go ahead.
Do you see what the City fans did to get into the Moscow game?
What did they do?
Because, as we all know, due to them being terrible people, the Moscow had to empty their stadium.
Yeah.
But the City fans still wanted to go in. And still doing what Bayern did and rented the skyscraper. They dressed up as Russian policemen and walked into the ground.
That is incredible.
Yeah. No, there wasn't like
There were still
10,000
people at that
of
match,
them.
though. There were still people out there. There were
Yeah, well,
businessmen
yeah,
apparently,
the
and they all
people-
had Moscow jerseys on them. And company went mad at the end of this match.
Yeah, no.
He says it's something. It's obviously nothing to do with the result, but he said like, "Oh, yeah, this is ridiculous. How like we're getting punished, and they still have fans in there." And Moscow came in and said, "Oh, they were just business partners. They're still allowed to come in because it's business or something, whatever."
Speaking
So
of the result, it was the start of a bad week for Man City. They were 2-0 up at half-time.
they're really stuttering, aren't they?
And,
Very few teams get results when they're coming back from Moscow or one of those faraway places.
Yeah,
The
well-
travel does have a lot
Yeah.
to do with it. Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
In fairness to them, like, it was terrible. I remember Mourinho was complaining when they beat Liverpool 2-0 last season how they shouldn't have had a game straight after a Champions League on a Saturday morning or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that match shouldn't have been there. Like, I almost predicted the scoreline. I was like I didn't make Aguero captain in my fantasy just out of pure like I don't think he's going to do very well here.
Yeah, no, and absolutely, that was the case, and we'll talk about the West Ham match shortly. Atletico Madrid had a 5-0 victory on Wednesday.
All 5 goals in the second half.
Dortmund over Galatasaray 4-0 away
Did
from
you see
home.
Royce's goal in that match?
I didn't.
Oh,
So good.
there's
Shocking.
a lot of good goals in Champions League this week.
Yeah, Champions League was very good. And speaking of good goals, John alluded to Cristiano Ronaldo earlier. I don't know how much you want to dissect this one, but anyway, Madrid went to Anfield, won 3-0. Mario Balotelli started, but was taken off at half-time, not because of his poor performance. Now, before we talk about the incident with Pepe and the shirt and blah, 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 here's the thing for me. There's a lot of problems with Liverpool at the moment. Balotelli's been scapegoat. That's pretty safe to say. Balotelli has not been good. That's also safe to say. But as somebody who's watched every single minute of Mario Balotelli as a Liverpool player, I would be confident in saying that he had as good 45 minutes as he's had in the Liverpool
That's
jersey.
true. No, it was definitely a scapegoat thing. Like I watched the match with Dan in the pub, and as I think I said the last time I saw Liverpool got demolished, and I was, not even annoyed. I was just like, wow, was the 2005 Champions League final the first half. It just, it felt like I was reading a piece from a Liverpool fan. He was just like, as much as we all like Henderson, Allen, and like the Coutinho, they're not like Modric, Kroos, and James. Isco looked incredible. Like they just had, and like we started off well, and we were probably the better team for maybe the first 20 minutes. But that Ronaldo goal was just. That's just a couple of 100 million of a goal, 150 million or something of talent there or something.
And did you notice as well, remember the argument we had, you made fun of me? It was 4-4-2 and Ronaldo's playing up front.
Yeah, he's played on the left, I think.
He definitely played up front.
But
he definitely played up front.
Regardless, Coutinho hit the post in the last minute of the first half, and there were some nice glimpses of Liverpool play, especially the first 20 minutes. Half-time, Mario Balotelli swapped shirts in the tunnel with Pepe. And
the thing I want to ask about that now is, no one's giving out about Pepe about that. No, I know.
They don't have to. Pepe was going into the
I think Balotelli knew he was coming off.
3-0 victory. Really?
Was he told maybe if it's not working, you're coming off?
I think so.
But
judging on the match on Wednesday,
we're talking about Balotelli here. As you say, no, he's used as scapegoat. I think though he's bringing in this sort of attitude into the dressing room, which I think a lot of the players are not probably keen on.
What attitude?
Yeah, this is.
Dan, you're reading into the Sky Sports nonsense when they're like, an English team just got shellacked in the Champions League. Let's give it a scapegoat. What has he done? In single thing, what has he done? What's he done in the last 2 years? Has he done nothing? But the English press don't like him. He's done nothing.
It's very.
No, I think
he's a striker out of form.
I just don't understand why there's such a massive change in Liverpool this year. And I know obviously
because we lost our striker and we're trying to embed new players.
Strikers.
And also, last year a lot of teams tried to play attacking, and now they can't. And now I'll go to it when I talked about like Hull was the worst performance I've ever seen Brendan's team play, because for some reason he just went. We'll see. We'll get to 60 minutes 0-0 and see where it goes. Like. It's just
yeah.
No, I was just wondering, is there? I'm just trying to think of anything that what would like, because there's no intensity. It just
goes far.
They don't look happy players though at the moment.
So well, of course they're not happy because the results aren't going their way.
I don't know.
Nothing Balotelli is doing in the dressing room, in my opinion, is causing any problems. And anyway, just to touch on the jersey swapping again, I don't know if he was aware he's going off at halftime, because Brendan said that the reason for him being taken off was the jersey thing. So
no, he said he didn't know.
Really?
In his after match interview, he goes, "What do you think?" Like Jeff Reeves being the usual pillock that he is, just like, "What do you think?"
Cheers, Jeff.
Yeah, so he just goes, "What do you think of the thing?" He goes, "I didn't notice that happened. I'll have a word with him. We had a player last year who did it, who got punished, and same thing will happen."
Sacco last year, wasn't it?
Sacco, yeah. Which did get punished.
All right, fair enough.
What happened to him?
Fine. He got a fine. I'm sure the same thing.
Was dropped maybe for a game or something, or
I'm sure it was a fine. Maybe it was dropped.
Last thing of note from the Wednesday Champions League fixtures was Arsenal scraping by Anderlecht towards the end.
Shocking. Made my day worse.
Yeah. Shocking they were. Gibson got a good
but they're true now, so
are they?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, they're
on 6. Galatasaray are on.
Dortmund have won every game.
Yeah, and
if
they're on 6 points,
they've got to go to. They still have to go to Galatasaray, so that I don't think that they'll win over there. But they've got Anderlecht at home.
If they beat Anderlecht at home and Galatasaray don't get a result against Dortmund, then it's done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, they always finish second though, and then they'll get Barcelona or Bayern Munich and lose in the next round, which generally happens every year. So.
Okay, so let's move forward to the Premier League results this week. We touched on it earlier. Man City losing away to West Ham 2-1. David Silva got a goal back for them in the last 15 minutes. To be fair
to City, though, they kept hitting the post apparently in the second half, and they should have scored. It was one of those like
West Ham are in good form. Yeah, your man Sacco looks like the best player in the world almost.
Yeah, trade Sackos.
They really need. I think it's not.
Do you know
beyond the realm
where West Ham fan
I'll just stop talking, Dan. Go
friend
ahead.
that we have? He still wants Sam out.
Well,
Yes.
he's a crazy person. That's
It's
all
like,
I'll say about it.
What? Like
They're
you're
just-
fourth in the league.
They're just
like,
football fans that have certain like how they think their team should play, and West Ham just
Well,
are convinced they play decent
they're playing
football.
good football this year. To
Yeah,
be fair,
but
like, you know.
You don't turn your opinion on a manager after. Although some people are
Well,
doing that. with
if
Rodgers.
West Ham finish top 8
yes,
this year,
yes,
that's incredible.
I'm sure it is. But
You know, like considering I remember Christmas last year, were they not like 19th
they've
or
had
something?
2 years of absolutely horrific football, though. 3. I don't know how long Sam Allardyce has been there.
Yeah, isn't there about 2
Yeah.
years? Yeah, but
Dan, if you had a manager in Leeds who lasted more than 30 days or whatever, and lasted
32.
lasted 2 seasons that you just hated, played miserable football, finished 10th every year, and then one day he was pushing you to playoff places, you wouldn't exactly go, "Oh, he's great." Now you
No,
just
but
you'll
like,
remember the bad day.
yeah, but I still think though you have to see where the club is. Like, you know, some managers take longer to do it. Some managers, you know, when a manager's not working, it probably wasn't working last year. But you can't say, "Oh yeah, we should still sack him tomorrow."
I think he's
West
in-
Ham should like it's ridiculous like the position they're in. Like,
Do you think they
suggest
could,
that? That's my point I'm trying to make. Like,
Do you think they could challenge for a European
no,
spot?
well, maybe UEFA Cup. But
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
I suppose there's all the teams are shite at them. Like Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Everton. They have been all been pretty poor this year. You know?
Certainly, yeah.
So
certainly.
like, there's kind of no, like Southampton are only 4 points off Chelsea now.
Yeah.
You know, like for all how good Chelsea have been. So there are teams kind of breaking in to that kind of spot. You know.
West Bromwich Albion and Crystal Palace had a 2-2 draw.
Future Liverpool player Berahino,
Yeah, what's
apparently.
that? 25 million.
It's the stuff you get, the Sky Sports nonsense, where it's like, who's not scoring? Liverpool. Who is scoring? Berahino. What's an amount of money? 25 million. It's
Oh, yeah,
it's a South.
it's nonsense,
You ever see
like.
the South Park episode where Family Guy get their jokes, where it's just like eels pushing balls up to the sky, and they go, "Aha, 25 million, Berahino, Liverpool." It's nonsense
Yeah.
story.
Oh yeah, like he's a decent player, but
He's
you know,
a player in form. It's like us signing Pele for 35 million, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do.
It's pretty much what happened with Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it.
well, no, he looks all right. Like to be fair, but 25 million is ridiculous. Sorry.
Alexis Sanchez came to Arsenal's rescue again. beat
Victor
us down.
Mignone came to Arsenal's rescue.
Okay. It was 2-0 at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. Go ahead, John.
It was just I didn't see it. I just read it, and it just like apparently like Sanchez is definitely it's almost what I fear going as Liverpool. It's just Di Maria and Sanchez just getting the points for those teams.
Yeah, you're saying so. There's one player who's gonna kind of get them over the
like
line.
he's doing it
Yeah.
for them, and like he had the bit of skill to get them past Sunderland that Liverpool didn't have to get past Hull. Like that's how I'm pretty much looking
Oh
at
no,
it.
well, the
Benoni
keeper
was
didn't
there.
help though.
No,
And there was a
But
bad.
he-
The first, the 2 goals were shocking. There was
Yeah.
a bad back pass he ran onto.
Yeah.
Now we took them well, Sanchez, you know, but,
Yeah.
and he used his pace and he used his qualities, but 2 terrible goals for Sunderland. That game should have been 0-0. Like Arsenal they're just getting worse every week. Like
Is Southampton keeping the dream alive? 1-0 victory over Stoke City at the St Mary's Stadium.
that's a more impressive result than the 8-0 they had because it would have been very easy to get carried away
Sure.
with the 8-0 against the Sunderland team who didn't want to be there. But like then to beat like Stoke, who are they won't get relegated, they won't get Europe, but they're always going to be hard to beat. They're defensively well organised. 1-0 win, another clean sheet.
I don't think they've
They're
been
getting-
hard to beat since Mark Hughes took over.
Not as hard, that's for
They're
sure.
not as hard, but they're still tough to beat. Like they're easier. They're like it's
physicality.
easier to beat Arsenal than Stoke. At the moment, yes, it is. Quite clearly, it
Just
is.
gonna leave that alone there.
Right. Okay. All right. Because Arsenal are in fantastic.
Who's,
form.
who's the last team that beat Arsenal?
Dortmund hammered them.
Like 2 months ago.
Who was, no, someone beat them there. Someone beat them there 2 weeks ago. Who was it? Chelsea beat them.
The best team in the league. Right.
Leicester should have beaten them.
didn't.
Shoulda.
Should have.
Listen, the difference with Stoke is the physicality is gone. They're now playing like a regular football team. They're not a team of giants
2
anymore.
Liverpool legends with Saidi Moses playing behind Peter Crouch.
Crouch.
Like, it's
It's
just
incredible, isn't it?
And Charlie Adam pulling
Yeah.
the strings midfield.
I'd swap some things if I could. Okay, so we'll skip Liverpool for the moment. Swansea City beat Leicester. Leicester are starting to show the form that we thought they might have coming into the Premier League this year.
it was a ridiculous penalty in this match, wasn't there? Or am I thinking? No, I'm
That was
thinking
not-
no penalties. It was
They
Boney.
kept showing it match of the day. So
Boney got a brace. Newcastle United won a second game in a row against Spurs at White Hart
Sammy
Lane.
Omiobi came on as a sub
6
at half time. 6 seconds he scored, and I follow a guy on YouTube called the True Geordie, and he was doing just a match report of it. He said the first half is the worst he's ever seen them play under Pardew. He said it was horrendous stuff. Sammy Omeobi was brought on at half time, and they just did a kick up the field, and he ran in and scored. I saw it there today. I was looking at it. All the Spurs defenders were talking and not even looking at the ball. Vertonghen was chatting to Danny Rose at the left back.
Do you remember that Fabregas goal in the Northern Derby a few years ago where Van Persie scored?
Fabregas, he just literally ran the field, yeah.
But that's Sammy Amiobi's first goal for Newcastle in like 10 years since he's been there.
That's Sholey you're thinking of.
No, it's Sammy.
Sammy's only about 23.
Yeah, no, but he's been there he's been there since he was 16 or whatever.
All right,
he took it very well. It was just straight from the kick-off, like overhead.
Spurs are just such a soft underbelly, don't they?
Yeah, they're having a bit of a time. Pochettino has less points now than Villas-Boas did.
I still think they lost a good few matches at home.
I still think though they should give him time though, you know. But that's 2 years in a row now. Spurs have lost to Newcastle at home. They lost there 1-0 last year when Tim Krul had probably one of the greatest goalkeeping performances of all time.
It's the Europa League, like.
Was it 17 shots he had? He saved last year.
It was a Premier League record.
Burnley lost to Everton 3-1. Samietou getting a brace, and Lukaku. I said from the fucking get-go that Samietou would be an incredible signing for a team like Everton. He's looked sharp every time he's come on.
Cracking goal.
He started and he's
Naismith got a good goal in that as well.
Naismith didn't score.
No, it was Lukaku and Etu.
What am I thinking of?
I think John thinking last week.
I'm all over the place.
But good for Everton. They're starting to climb up the table, and they should hit a good run of form now, and they should probably.
I think as well they
aim to finish where they did last year.
They needed to get Coleman back as well.
Sure.
I think, and
they gone back last week.
You know,
need to get knocked out of the Europa League, both them and Spurs. Like.
Well, think about the Europa League.
It's terrible.
Would it not be better to go for the Europa League and try and win it? Because it's in the Europa League now, the winner is getting the Champions League.
Yeah,
they've more chance of winning that than getting top four, probably.
Obviously, but it's impossible to go from the Europa League now with the nonsense matches to Premier League the weekend. Like, it's
well, I don't know. I just it could be worth say. I don't know what English teams are in the Europa League. I don't actually even watch it, to be honest. But if there's a crap team and they're not going to get relegated, they're not going to do anything. Maybe they could have a push at the Europa League. It's going to be revenue.
Everton do have a very good squad. If you look at it,
so that's the whole thing. They're missing a few players. John Stones there for a while, but they've dropped Dishtan. They had to. He's 38 now. And
Vertonghen is refusing to play for Spurs. That's my dream of him signing for Liverpool. It'd probably be dreadful.
We've always wanted that. And then we had the game of the weekend, I suppose, in terms of excitement. Chelsea and United. People were very, obviously looking forward to seeing how United would fare against such opposition. It was at Old Trafford. Drogba got the first goal for Chelsea on 53 minutes. I just thought this was incredible. It's just there's Drogba scoring at Old Trafford. He's 2 weeks away from being 36. And he just scored a
dead off the pace.
They showed him Monday Night Football. Mourinho has dropped more points from leading positions.
I saw that.
Already this season than he did in his 2 seasons when he won the league.
Yeah.
Oh,
but they're being very. It happened against City. Happened against City as well when they're
City and Man United. Yeah.
In fairness to United, they played very well and they did keep Chelsea quiet. But I don't know if that's because it was Drogba and not Costa.
I think
that's a factor.
But even if that Remy,
Fellaini was man of the match.
Fellaini is very good.
Fellaini was good. Blind was also very good.
Di Maria's worst game since he joined. And I think that
still almost got an assist though.
It's a fluky assist again. those shots he has. But the referee cost terrible. Chelsea that match.
Okay, we'll talk about the yellow cards in 1 sec. But I just want to add that it was the quietest I've seen Cesc.
Yeah.
They did a really good job there. So I think you have to give to Blind for that.
Fellaini did really well.
Branislav Ivanovic got 2 yellow cards. They were both kind of soft.
They weren't.
Neither of them were yellow cards.
No, one of them wasn't even a foul.
Yeah, one was for complaining, and one was for the free kick.
The first, the one he was complaining, he was given a foul against, and it was never a foul.
Yeah, and basically the second yellow card was given, just pretty much at the corner flag.
I think Van Persie 2 years ago would have won that match for United.
Sure.
Yeah,
he wasn't looking at the ball when he had the 1-on-1.
He's very grey as well.
Yeah,
he's going extremely grey. Anyway, it was just at the corner flag, so Ivanovic got sent off. Set piece for United.
But that's happened. He was supposed to be picking up Fellaini.
Yes.
And you could actually see them. They were talking. They were who's picking up who? Who's picking up who? They should have just swapped maybe McHale to Fellaini or something, and then put. I
think it was just a great ball, to be honest. It's
was
just
a
one
good
of
ball,
those
it was a
where
ball,
there's
like,
no one to blame.
Cahill was inches away from getting. He
Yeah.
was wrong-footed completely. from
Fellaini
it.
attacked it for the rebound off De's legs, and then it
But
went straight
that's
to the
the
path
first
of Van
time I've
Persie.
seen Fellaini throw himself at a ball in the box for Man United, and the size of him, like, you know, and his hair adds another 6 inches to him too.
I don't think it's the first time I've ever seen him try to score a header.
For Man United, yeah.
He hasn't played
I
much.
don't think so.
QPR have just beat Aston
You'll
Villa,
always disagree with me.
and
You say ridiculous things.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Stone Cold Charlie Austin with both goals there. So that's a good rebound after their
Who got the first goal?
Austin got the 2.
got both of them. Stone Cold Charlie
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. I was like, who got the first goal?
So they that's a good response.
Zamora
After,
was bashing them around as well.
that's a good response after Liverpool last week, I
Well,
suppose.
they should have won that match. They should be their third round, but
Yeah. Well,
and they dropped Rio Ferdinand tonight as well.
speaking of Liverpool, did they drop Rio?
Play Richie Dunn and
Didn't he announce his
Clough.
retirement?
He said he's retiring at the end of the season, which he should have done about 2 years ago, to be honest. But
So we've one more Premier League match to review. It was the only 0-0 draw of the weekend, and you happened to be there on site for the ITK Soccer Show, John. So tell us about your day over in Mersey.
It was grand all day. Flew over pretty early, and it's one of those when we got there about 8 o'clock in the morning and wondered if we could start drinking. We didn't. We had a stroll around town. I went to the Liverpool 1 shop beside the Everton 2 shop, which, although I despise Everton, that's pretty clever. I didn't end up getting anything, to be honest. Just walked around for a bit, then we had a few drinks and got a taxi to the stadium. It was grand. It was the worst, like the most devastating starting lineup I've seen in a while. It was so defensive. It's the most defensive I've seen. Brendan Rodgers. Like if he played this team against Real Madrid on Wednesday, I would have went, okay, I see what he's doing.
Hendo didn't start.
That was madness.
was he
Especially
was he
with
tired
Swansea.
maybe from?
I'm sure
running
he
after
I'm sure he
the show
was.
and all that,
And I don't know. I think if you put either Coutinho or Henderson on for Allen, it improves the match and gives it another attacking edge. I think Balotelli played all right. Like he came to the ball, and as the person beside me kept yelling, was just like, "There's no one supporting him." Like they'd given the ball, and there's just no one
Did
around.
Lambert come on?
Yeah, Lambert was fantastic when he came on.
Was
Do
he?
you think
Yeah,
maybe
he
they
was
could
really
go
good.
with him next game up front? Maybe?
We play Swansea tomorrow, I think, and I wouldn't be surprised
Is that in
if
the cup, is it?
Yeah.
if both of them play.
You
I
played
think-
Balotelli and Lambert.
I think you should take that game really seriously as well.
Yeah, well, if we
because
win, we're
you
into
need-
a quarter final.
It's not even quarter final, like something Karen Cup, but like it's not the biggest thing. But I think it's getting that winning mentality back. I think is very important and trying to get a performance in.
It's another chance to play a few people. Like, you know, if
It's not experiment, but
Yeah.
see, I don't think Brendan Rodgers knows his best 11.
if
this season.
Laser
Well,
and
no one's
Amperini-
playing that well. Like
Yeah.
Sterling and Lallana were shocking. Yeah, on Saturday. Like there was no.
Milano shot a stonewall penalty, though. I heard.
It was.
Was it? I didn't. I was in the ground, so I didn't see it. There was one moment that we thought there was a goal, and it was just a shuffle in the box. Where that's about it.
What was the atmosphere like?
It was grand. It was good.
Good.
There was a.
Or was
usual?
it a bit dim or?
I don't think so. It was fine. Like we weren't going nuts or anything.
Because you know,
but-
like obviously I know fucking clubs in crisis, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
we're a crisis, but
Crisis.
you know, like when you're kind of like team is struggling, the crowd, you can just sense it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
no,
just,
I don't think so. There's
No.
always a few. There's a few people who are just don't like Rodgers, and they're just like,
Ugh.
you know who looked great though? The Chan man.
Did Chin Man
Really look like strong going forward.
Fucking
and
terrible
if
against
you're
QPR.
on-
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Even against Madrid, he
He actually
makes
looked
these
okay, yeah.
powerful runs. Like he just
He
like
thinks he's Yaya Toure.
he's got this
yeah.
yaya fucking thing. How was Stevie live?
It was grand. Well, there were some great moments when they started playing him up front, sort of thing, and he started making the powerful runs. So I was just screaming, "Did you hear that, lad?" And he had a few close moments,
Oh,
but
dear.
nothing really. That would have made my life really.
Ah, sure.
It would make my life to see him at
And it was
34.
0-0 a fair result.
No, Liverpool were the better team. They just didn't have any moment.
Was it one of the, like, the third choice keeper for Hull even make a save, or did he have a few?
There was a few moments, but no, we didn't.
He didn't create
We
that
didn't
kind of
create a
chance.
clear-cut chance.
Do you think it's movement up front lacking, or would it be more
Has to be movement.
creativity in the midfield and no penetration?
Well,
Not
on
moving the
Saturday,
ball quick
on
enough?
Saturday there was no creativity in the midfield. Like Moreno made a few runs that opened things up a bit, and so did Chan, but nothing from Sterling or Lallana, and Balotelli can only do so much. So that's what I found it anyway.
So it's kind of a collective kind of feelings. Like, yeah.
I'm going to still hold out hope, and this is what I was saying, and the lack of support for Balotelli up front. I
Yeah.
just feel Sturridge making runs off Balotelli is the way to unlock Balotelli's potential.
Sturridge's movement is.
But I
excellent.
saw a clean sheet at Anfield, and when's the last time that happened?
Two clean sheets in 19 games you've had.
Exactly.
Jesus.
And the other one was against Spurs at the start of the season.
Yeah. And jeez, that's unbelievable. Okay, well that's that was your Liverpool experience. That night we had our first El Clasico of the season. Where did you watch it?
We walked home. Well, not home. We walked from Anfield to the city centre, like, which is a hell of a walk. But it's
How long is that walk?
It's grand, but it's on like motorways and all. So you're like dodging vans and of angry Liverpool fans, and you walk past Goodison and all. So it's a decent few sights, like.
Super.
But we just went to this bar and they were showing it, and they had a shot called a Skittle Bomb, which I had to try. It was
vodka and Skittles.
It was cognac and Red Bull.
And did it taste like Skittles?
No, it tasted like my youth.
Did you taste the rainbow?
Salty.
But it wasn't easy seeing Suarez after seeing Liverpool not score. But
speaking of which, Dan, we were right. He started.
Yeah, Dan, what were you thinking?
I just know it was the wrong call though.
It wasn't.
So he set up the goal.
He set up the goal.
He was way off the pace.
I would argue that Barca were way off the pace.
No, the thing about Barca, right? They played Mathieu at left back probably to help physicality with set pieces, because obviously they'll have Ramos, they'll have Pepe, Ronaldo, Benzema, and they've got good delivery as well with Cruz.
Sure.
Can deliver the ball perfectly. And they scored from a set piece.
It should have been 5 or 6.
Oh no, it could have been, but the whole thing is Messi had a good save from Casillas. When they went 1-0 up, they were still kind of feeling each other out, the two teams. And Barca are actually starting to try and... I missed the first half. Came out home and watched the second half, and I recorded the match, and I watched the first half then the other day. And I thought, after 1-0 up, Barca were kind of slowing the tempo down a bit, the way you don't want to be goal by goal, for Madrid. Like,
did you hear Messi was injured and got an injection into his ankle to play?
Did he?
Yeah.
Didn't hear that.
Which might explain why he was terrible.
Yeah, well, when he was there, though, he missed that chance. And I know it's very easy, ifs and buts. If there was 2-0, that was a completely different game. And Madrid weren't. Now, in the second half, they romped them. And 3-1 was flattering in the end. But I'm just saying, if maybe he was unfit or whatever, I don't know. But if that had gone in, it would have been completely different.
It was a decent...
I think Luis Enrique got his tactics completely wrong.
It was a decent diving save from PK to give the penalty away.
You can't legit for that sort of madness by PK. I said he shouldn't be playing anyway. He's been absolutely terrible. I think he collectively what he could do. He was a really good centre half a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But now he's just maybe it's because Shakira had a baby and all that. And
yeah,
I don't know.
Different.
Maybe he's not getting enough sleep or something. But
did Xavi start? Did he?
Xavi played. I would have played Rakitic.
Yeah, because Xavi did.
I would have played Rakitic, and then I would have brought Xavi on with half an hour to go if it was still tight, and he could kind of control the tempo again of the game.
I only saw the end of the first half and the whole second half, but it really looked like that Real Madrid midfield can run rings around that Barca one now.
Yeah, it's the first time you could probably say that. I know Madrid still relied on a lot of the counter-attacks for the chances, but
that's how they play.
Cruz and Modric were still pinging that ball around as good as anyone.
It's
Obviously Iniesta, he went off injured as well, and they brought on Sergi Roberto. It was another one. It's like, bring on Alba.
It's a great header by Pepe.
They were so static.
Really good.
Barca's play.
Who's playing the further back in midfield for Madrid? Cruz. That's just nuts.
Well, he played there a lot in the World Cup for Germany.
It's an amazing system they have. It's like a better version of Liverpool's last year.
Just to go on,
just a little bit.
That Guardian piece about Suarez was just ridiculous. Like Suarez,
it almost seemed like rehearsed. It was so
he stormed out of the interview. Some of the stuff.
Give us a few more tidbits from it.
There was a whole thing. I'll say this first because it just there was a little part that made me glad that he's not our player anymore. He's just there. He goes. He'll do everything else, but he's not. He's convinced he's not a racist. And he goes, with all the cameras and all the people, there was no evidence. And then he has a book coming out. He goes, he did use the word negro. Yeah, which in Uruguay it's fine or whatever. But I think
that's the difference. It's a culture difference.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what I said. I thought he was an idiot for saying it. He should be educated about these things when he joins.
Yeah, but what he says is...
but I didn't think he was actually racist, though.
No, but that's the thing. He says, I think when he goes, do you think ever took offence to it? And he goes, well, you always take offence to it. All the players that come up and, say to me, about my mother or my wife or my kids and all that sort of stuff. It's just stuff players say on the pitch, And then there was more stuff where he said that how every time he players would just try to annoy him. Like he said, every time he played Fulham when Martin Yeo was in charge, he knew that like 5 minutes of the game, Senderos would just kick the back of his ankle, almost like he did with Balotelli earlier in the season, just out of pure just try to rile him up and all. And like it was just like
he didn't really explain why he bit the players though.
He just says that he
didn't really. He kind of.
he did.
He
went through all the matches where he did it, and he went through the Ajax one. They were in bad form, and he wasn't playing well. Yeah, the second one, the Ivanovic, Liverpool had to win to have any chance of qualifying for the Champions League.
Him and Ivanovic were kind of kicking each other all game.
And the Chileno one, he just missed a 1-on-1 with Buffon.
And the Uruguay had to win.
Yeah, and
knock Italy out.
Exactly.
And the way it was going, they were out.
And he just says he knows it's wrong, but it's also it's how he does. He, like other players, kick out at people and just and he just like. And there was also a good piece where it's like it's not like he does like Mike Tyson or anything. Like he has restraint not to hurt the player. It's just like at a frustration just to like bite them and all.
So at what point did you feel my mic's gone? What point did you think that you were happy he wasn't a Liverpool player
just
anymore? What exact thing?
There was just a few things, like the way like he stormed out of the interview. He was just like, I've been asked about that bite 38,000 times, never again, and all that sort of stuff.
He was like, stop asking me questions about this. Like, and but like, you know, it seemed pretty cool. Like they were just kicking the ball around. Your man was.
But the Guardian thing was a bit of an arsehole. I thought it was just like I have a friend who's autistic. Do you think you're on the autistic scale?
Yeah, I thought
just
that
like
was a horrible question.
It's a horrible question.
It's horrible.
And it's just like reading your book. Sophie seems really nice. I was jealous. Like, why do you think she's still with you and all, despite all the stuff you do and all? It's like, what the fuck do you think you're like? I would have like, and like in fairness, he did seem like he was having a good crack, and I just think Suarez at a certain point was like, I'm not going to answer any more of these. Yeah, but it was a really good piece. So.
It was very good. Anyway, moving on now. I'm going to talk now. I'm going to be the MC here now for a while because Neil's having a bit of a break there.
We're going to talk about the dream being over
for Athlone City. Yeah, they're gone. So they just couldn't. UCD actually picked up 2 wins in the last 2 games. I don't know where it came from. So
well, they always do that.
So essentially, Athlone City are gone, and Dundalk won the big fixture of
Cork bottled it. I watched this match.
I wanted Cork to win the league.
Why? Oh, because Dundalk took over Rovers or something, didn't
they? No, Stephen Kenny is there, and it was kind of like I just hate seeing it. Like, God knows if we had given him more time, could that be us? But the whole thing is, with Cork there, like, they didn't deserve to win the league. Now, they deserved to be second, but they were grinding out 1-0 wins, and they were getting lucky goals. And like for some last few weeks, like they got a last-minute goal against Rovers, last-minute goal against Bows. They beat UCD only 1-0 through a free kick from 40 yards that went over everyone's head. They played Sligo a few weeks ago. Danny North missed a last-minute penalty. It was a terrible penalty. There was these things that kept getting last-minute goals, and obviously they did well to get there. But Dundalk, the play they had this year, and I've been saying all year, Dundalk, we're going to win it. They nearly bottled it. They nearly threw it away, and Kenny has done that a few times in his career. That's what I was like. Cork will be able to go there and get a 0-0. Dundalk were the better team.
Towards the end of the first half, there was like this end-to-end thing, and like everyone just missed their chances, and Cork missed theirs. And I was like, I say they're gonna miss that.
They
just hit it just past the
post. Speaking of Dundalk now, like Richie Towell is going to Cardiff City this week now.
Nice.
So they're playing Leeds actually, but I don't think he'd be there in time. But the thing is though, with Towell going, like, it'd be very hard now to keep the kind of players there. Like, I've been saying Towell will be the next one to go over. I didn't know it'd be like the week after. Like, he's already on trial with them. So, but obviously he has to go for the money. Like, it's his life. So he's on say a couple of £100 a week with Dundalk, or he can get up to a couple of grand a week with Cardiff, and he'll be in the Ireland squad in the next 2 years. He is that good. He's quality. So we'll go through the final table here. So essentially Dundalk won that game 2-0. And they finished with 74 points. Cork City get the other European spot, and Pats get it as well. They finished 3 points ahead of Rovers. So essentially now the last final game of the season is in 2 weeks' time. It's St. Pat's against Derry in the FA Cup. So I am up for Pats that day, because if Pats win, Rovers still get a Europa League spot. But Pats haven't won the cup since 1957 or something. Amazing stat, like, for one of the biggest teams in Ireland. That 1957 a team hasn't won the FA Cup. So let's go through this so quick. So it's Dundalk, Cork, Pats Rovers, Sligo, Limerick, Bowes, Derry, Drogheda, Bray, UCD and Poor Athlone City. UCD were playing Galway tonight as well in the playoff first leg, and it's 1-0 at the moment, so that still hasn't ended at the yet. So interesting enough season, and there's already been a change of manager at Sligo, so this will be their third manager this season. Owen Heary from Bowes is taking over. So I wonder if that leaves a spot for Roddy Collins to go back to good old Bowes, because they love him there and they just keep employing him every few years. So I'd love to see him back. Are you back up and running?
I'd love to see Roddy back too. Yeah, I am.
Good man.
These things happen. We make do.
Yeah.
We also make do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a Capital One Cup preview, shall we? Tomorrow night we have Liverpool and Swansea, which is the only two Premier League teams duking it out. We've already talked about that though. Shrewsbury host Chelsea. I
That's
can't
on
wait.
Sky.
Yeah, it is, man.
Is that in Gay Meadow? Do they still play in Gay Meadow?
I think I'll check it out.
They did anyway. They might have renamed it eventually.
I'm
It's
really
like when they made Tala IT Tit,
exactly. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what kind of team Chelsea fields
Sure,
tomorrow
like
night.
still he'll put fucking Czech back in goal. He'll have.
Who do they have the weekend?
Say again?
Who do they have the weekend?
Who are they playing?
Chelsea at the weekend. I will check for you.
I'm more interested in who's going to play up front. I say it'd be a false nine.
I think they might just throw Shirley up there.
Yeah,
or
they'll
something.
throw Shirley.
Or they might have some young lad, they can throw in, because I know, it'd be, say, a young guy, maybe made his debut, but if you still got, there could be Shirley and William behind them and Ramirez, they're still.
I was watching
the
the Chelsea United match yesterday, and there was a part of me just going, maybe I shouldn't be on a football podcast, because they showed the United bench, and I knew Fletcher. I didn't know anyone else.
Yeah, they brought on your man Wilson.
Yeah,
he's number 49.
And then they brought on someone for Chelsea as well. And now
Kurt Zuma.
Yeah, I was like,
I know Zuma.
Yeah, I know. He's a promising centre half they bought from is it Saint Etienne?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, he's only beaten 20.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's the whole thing now. You're going to get maybe 2 more years max, including this year out of Terry. Cahill. I think Fabregas will actually probably get the captaincy if he's still there. Cahill then will be the leader at the back, and then what?
Fabregas isn't going to get the captaincy. Ivanovic will get the captaincy.
Or Cahill.
Cahill or Cecil get it.
Ivanovic will get the captaincy.
You think after less than 10 games for the club, you are looking at him now being a captain?
He is a leader.
I don't think he is.
Ivanovic has been there quite some time.
He was a leader for Arsenal, which isn't really that's just
he was Arsenal captain by default.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Mourinho came out and said it there the other day. Actually, he said the qualities I can see in him is a possibility of a future captain.
Okay, Chelsea are playing QPR at the weekend.
Oh well, then they can play wherever the hell they want.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
Well, they've played all right tonight, I suppose.
On Wednesday, then we have Man City and Newcastle. So that should be
that also not a Premiership tie, no?
Sorry,
didn't you say
a Tuesday's only Premiership tie?
Don't think you did.
Was Liverpool's? I fucking did.
I'm not sure about that now, Neil.
Really? Thankfully, I have it on tape.
Is it in City or Newcastle?
It is in City.
So no one will be there.
Nope, not at all. As the case is with cup games for them.
It's almost like City only care about the league.
Unless they don't care about anything else. Unless they're doing that buy one get one free thing again.
That's incredible, isn't it? They very well may be. Okay, so do you want to give the answer to last week's teaser, Dan?
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys one more. It's 5 players who've worn the number 10 shirt for Barcelona since the year 2000. Have I got her?
Messi, Ronaldinho, Figo, Rivaldo.
Figo was number 7 when he was there.
Oh,
I got Ronaldinho and Messi.
That's it.
That's all I got.
So there's I got through it from the very start. Is Jari Litmanen, who played for Liverpool?
Fuck. I never was.
He was only there for 6 months. That was a hard one. Then I went to Rivaldo, who was amazing. Went to another guy for 1 year.
Deco.
Riquelme.
Ah.
And then I went to Ronnie and then Messi.
See, I thought Liverpool had a problem with the number 7 because when you went to Liverpool, it's like, can we have your 7? And it's like, sorry, Smith here said
that's probably why he got 37 because he'd be 3 and 7.
Can I be 17 then? It's like, Gerrard has that. It's like, can I be 27?
Fegert Higham.
No, Vignal.
Oh, Vignal was it. God. I was close.
Fine, just give me 37. So you took 37.
That's immense.
And Andre Wisdom's 47 now.
What's our question for this week?
Okay, so who has
brilliant actually.
Who has scored the most Premier League hat-tricks without winning a league medal?
Is it Torres?
I'm not saying who it is. Okay, well, I'm going to say no. Well, actually, the joke's on you because it's not Torres. It's not Torres.
Is he your man, the Welsh bloke?
Who, Gareth Bale?
No, the good
John
Welsh
Ashton.
guy. No, the good
Gordon
Welsh.
Earnshaw.
Yeah, that's the one. Is it him?
Craig Bellamy?
No.
Why are you saying Welsh players?
He's really never scored that trick, has he? I don't know.
I don't know.
Good question. If it was Torres, I would have.
I was going to say Michael Owen, but he got one for United.
It's not Torres. Sure, it'll all be revealed next week anyway. So
Yeah. Wait, did Torres not win the league with Chelsea?
Oh, he did actually. You
he
can't
did.
forget fella. Did you see?
He didn't win the league with Chelsea.
Did ya?
Oh, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Didn't.
Oh, did he not?
No.
No.
They haven't won it since Ancelotti, and
And
that was 2010.
He won
And he
everything
joined in
else.
2011.
Yes.
He could have won it this year, but he left.
Who's this Suck Young fella?
Suck Young Yum.
Language. I don't
Some
know.
Chinese left
He
back.
had a good match. Good tackle against Martin Kelly there.
Okay, we've got our weekly awards. When you guys are ready, what do you want to start with, Dan?
Okay, Spoo for the week. I've got 2. Well, actually, got 3. I have put Milanic in there. He got sacked today.
Who?
The Leeds manager.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The poor lad who's taken over from Birmingham today after they lost 8-0 at home to Bournemouth. So Bournemouth,
do?
or who was it? Someone beat them 8-0 at home. So and he's just taken over today. So good luck to him. I've got Victor Manone as well for the fucking howler he had, like against his old club as well and everything. And I've got a guy as well. He showed up at Old Trafford earlier today. He was a Chinese guy and he had half a Chelsea jersey on and half a Man United jersey on, and they're molded together.
There was a girl at
walking
Anfield.
around outside with half a Chelsea and half Man United.
What's the theory behind this?
I don't know.
There was a
he
girl-
spotted outside and he was just going into the ground.
There was
So go ahead, John. Sorry.
There was a girl at Anfield who had a half Hull City jersey, half Liverpool jersey.
You see, this is the thing. Is that not the equivalent of when you buy a scarf that's half and half?
Yeah, I suppose. But you had kind of to put some effort into it.
Where can you? Who makes a jersey half and half?
I don't know.
They could be different makes as well. So one side could be Umbro, the other could be Nike.
Yeah, but the label's usually on the left.
I think I'm
going
gonna go to El Clasico doing one of them. See how it goes down.
And you could have Figo on the back.
Or Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
Actually, it was last week, but I just want to put it in there for. I know there could be spoofers, but you see the mosaic for Graham Souness in the
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray game.
No.
Do you remember the famous incident where he dug the Galatasaray flag into the
Yeah.
into the half into the pitch?
He
Like.
sure did.
What did they have for
They
him?
just had like a massive mosaic, like like thousands of fans holding up a Graham Souness, like him digging the flag.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and then Schneider got 2 amazing goals to win the match.
Amazing.
I completely forgot to
They
mention it last
were
week, but it was so good.
incredible goals.
So my goal of the week
Schneider.
last week, whatever it was. Goodness.
Okay, hero of the week, Dan.
I got to go for the goalie who got shot, Senzo Mayiwa, or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. I'm going to go for him because I can't really think of anyone else. And also to Neil Redfern as well, because, he's a good guy. He's getting the job. Happy for him. So he won't be sacked any this week anyway. So.
At the Liverpool match, Liverpool have the chant for Steve Bruce. If
Yeah.
anyone's seen it, like Steve Bruce has a big fat head. Anyway, they're singing that, and Steve Bruce got his jacket and put it over his head. It was hilarious, quality banter. He is my hero of the week.
Steve Bruce. Well,
Steve Bruce did it for the laugh. Like
Yeah, like they were all singing, and he just like put it over his head. Just went, like
that is
it was
excellent.
very funny.
he's doing a good job at Hull, to be fair.
He is.
Not too bad. Okay, villain. This new segment here. Who's been villainous this week, Dan? Who's been
Guessing
a
Leeds
crook?
owner is what he's talking about, is it?
No, I couldn't really. I just put it in there, see if there's any bad guys around at the moment.
The man who shot.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you could do that.
Don't mean
Yeah.
that literal sense.
No, I think. Well, he's definitely villain. You know what? If he hadn't have shot him, he'd be villain anyway because he's trying to rob a bank.
Whoever the
He's
referee,
on his gaff, wasn't it?
whoever the referee
was he?
was
Alright.
for the United Chelsea game, he's my villain of the week.
Okay, not a problem. Goal of the week,
Jesus,
John.
what's that for?
Goal of the week.
I have to give it to Ronaldo.
Ronaldo at Anfield.
Yeah, it's just a little flick over Miguel top corner.
It was
And the true
out of
ball by
nothing.
James. It was
Oh, it was incredible. There's also a good one. You'll love this one. Antonio Di Natale
Oh God!
against Atalanta today, or it was yesterday.
What did he do?
He just picked the ball up and like he just kind of like just glided past one player, just looked up and just literally he just curled it so gently and it was on top corner. It was just like
oh, there was some guy.
Straight out of retirement.
he's brilliant. He's so good still, and he never got the recognition for Italy ever.
Oh God, no!
He's one of those guys like he got lost in the shuffle with Quinta, Gassano, Totti,
Quagliarella,
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Who's the other guys?
Gilardino,
Del Vecchio on others before.
Balotelli.
Yeah, I suppose Balotelli.
there is like there was always an issue with him in the Italian national team. Like, you know,
He was always injured though, wasn't he?
He never. Yeah, it was. It seemed. But his last few years, and then his comeback
He's scoring 20 goals every year in Serie A. Like, there's no fluke with that. He has to be somewhat good.
He is really good.
You know,
He's
Could be
actually
money involved. This is the Italian league. Like.
That's very true.
Do you see Torres' miss?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, the no possible spoofer. Yeah, for
It
that
was
one.
a great a great cross. Like, and
He
he
pretty
tried a
much-
scissors kick
he
and
did-
went there for a throw.
It was he nearly did a 1-2 though. It was nearly a 1-2.
Yeah, but it's not what he was going for. So.
Lovely overhead kick, went for a throw,
Yeah.
and like it was like the ball nearly I went backwards nearly as well.
Oh, villains of the week. I know they just do it for money and to get advertising, but there was a Paddy Power stand outside Anfield, and you could hand in your Balotelli shirts and get a Liverpool shirt with Feller on the back.
What?
Did you not see that?
You could hand in your Balotelli jersey and they give you a
People
Fowler
were doing
jersey.
it. People were doing it, weren't they?
I think it was just one person who did it.
Why are they? Why? What are they trying to get out of it?
It's good advertising. Like.
Sure,
They've
like,
they've
sure,
refunded all the bets that people bet on Balotelli to be top goal scorer in the league.
Sure. What did they do as well? They had I think Moyes was losing all his games at home and he was under. Did they had the break in case you need him Alex Ferguson thing outside Old Trafford waiting for him on Monday morning?
Yeah.
That was last. Like, they do things like this. It's just funny, like.
That is
You know.
incredible.
Okay,
Okay.
just one more on goal of the week. I don't know who
Yeah.
scored it, but they did that classic thing you did when you were playing football as a kid, where he ran past the goalie and he had so much space that he stopped the ball in the net and got on his hands and knees and headed it in.
Oh,
Who did it?
no.
I can't remember his name, but
Fantastic.
Do you know what celebration I always wanted to see? And I've never seen it done. Maybe you guys have, right? So you go around the goalie, you beat the keeper, so it's just literally you in the net. And your celebration is you don't really strike the ball. You literally just run it into the net. And then when you're in the net, you keep running. As in, like, you just keep the motion of running.
I haven't seen that.
Like, why would nobody do such a
I've seen when Robbie Fowler scored against Newcastle, he just fell into the net and just stayed there and just went, yay!
That was a good one.
that's good.
Okay, I guess you won't have a team of the week this week.
No.
So, Dan, go for it.
I booked Courtois in goal. He was man of the match. He shouldn't have been man of the match, but he did all right. He made a few good saves. Baines is looking really good again. He got another assist. Did Chester play for Hull? Was it Chester at the centre half?
I would put Skirtle and Lovren in there they were quite good, I
Were
thought. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Just
Well,
come
okay.
on,
I'll
Liverpool, come on, they're not gonna-
throw
Yeah, I'll
Skirtle
take
in there
it.
for you. You know, I put Alderweireld in because he got me 6 points in fantasy football and a clean sheet for Southampton. Winston Reid as well for West Ham because they had to defend a lot there. Second half, I thought Matic was very good yesterday.
He's always very
He's
good.
so good. He is.
There was a tweet by like some Liverpool guy I follow on Twitter. It was like, "Would love to have that Matic fella in defence mid for us." And I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Messi up front for us either. It's pretty decent. Like, I just hate those sort of like."
Yeah, Silva. I put David Silva and he did all right. Alexis Sanchez is carrying Arsenal, so he's in there. And I'm going to go Mirek Jedinak for Crystal Palace. He's actually having a very good season. A good little player, the
I
Australian.
disagree with Silva being in there considering they lost.
That's fair.
I put Flaney in there for him instead.
Yeah.
We'll put Flaney in instead of Silva. How about that?
I'd put Fellaini in there.
Okay, I suppose.
And we'll put up front. I was going to put Boney in, but I'm going to take him out now because Charlie Austin looked okay tonight. He got a good goal, so I'm going to put him and Sami Eto'o up front.
I'd like the idea of Boney and Eto'o up front. That's strike fear into the hearts of a man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the team of the week. So, I guess we'll do some fantasy football updating.
Can't imagine there was much movement. I think like 30 points was the max or something.
There was three people had movement this week. Myself and yourself, John, are still respectively 5th and 6th.
I'll take it.
Okay, so 10th, we had Seamus, who's just all but given up, it seems. Dave Nocton, who's more busy parting his hair than logging on to make a couple of changes, has fallen to 9th place.
He was 10 points. Fucking hell, Dave. Come on. Ivanovic got a -1.
Tommy, unfortunately, was too busy making a very hilarious picture for our
I thought the way
thumbnail.
Colo was in it as well.
What
It's
happened?
fantastic.
What happened? That was
Well done, Tommy.
No,
Good
in
stuff.
fairness, I did the Colo thing, and I was trying to work on it, but I was in work today for about 2 hours doing it. I went right. I was like,
Your work is such a fucking joke. You're on Netflix or making pictures.
They're listening.
I did finish the thick of it though. Too. I spent 2 hours trying to do it, and I just could not do it.
Teacups.
There was one picture of it got to a stage where there's one picture of Neil just like whatever you're wearing, like wrestling spandex or whatever, and just like your chest is completely out. And then I had one picture of Dan at like the president's house walking or something.
No, it's not. I've got a fucking
no, this
cake. A cake.
No, I sent it to Tommy, and I was just like, sort that out, son.
I really like it. So thank you again.
Yeah, sorry, we will put it as the picture for the YouTube video as well. So we will always do that. Any more suggestions, we will put them up, and we'll give you a nice credit as well.
So Tommy is coming 8th. He's actually also dropped down, and replacing him is Enda, who has shot up to 7th.
Despite probably not doing his team. Like he's having the holiday of a lifetime over there.
Oh, what's he? Who's he with? Is he over in Vietnam? Is he?
Yeah, with Sully and.
Okay.
Well, actually, his friends, but Sully's just slugging around.
Do you think he's still listening?
I'd like to think so.
I'd like to think so.
I dabbled in it when I was in America. I just couldn't handle it.
Well, that's because you're a full-time member of the show.
Yeah,
As a part-time member, I'd certainly be listening if I was ended to see how I could sneak my way back in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Just going back to Colo for a minute. Did you and your friend, who'd been having a few schemes, did you not think, will we not just try and hang around Anfield to meet Colo Toure?
That when Liverpool were warming up, I was screaming because my phone, I couldn't zoom in to get a photo of Cola. It was literally the most devastating moment when I...
When's his contract up? Is it this season?
Not soon enough, to be honest.
No, has he got just this year?
Actually, my spoofers of the week are Anfield, right? Because
Anfield is
hold on, half-time, walk down, I go, right, 2 beers, out of beer. Come on!
Out of beer! Fucking hell.
No goals, no beer. No refund.
Did you even get a hot dog or anything?
I had a few beers in the hot dog before.
Yeah, the price of a hot dog in Ellen Road is disgusting. It's like £6 for a fucking hot dog. Like.
Hot dog and a beer, though.
How much is a beer at Anfield?
Hot dog and a beer is about £6 or something. That's how I...
Take that.
That's alright.
Take that. Alright.
Chino opened up the old prices of the hot dogs.
I was drinking Carling a lot. It's poison.
Like
Carling
people hate Carling.
Nice.
I have no issue with it.
Oh, not keen.
Okay, in 6th and 5th, that's John and myself. 4th place, we have Ronan O'Reilly, same as last week. 3rd, same as last week, Rob Normal. 2nd, same as last week. There's just a question mark written here, so I don't really know. And 1st is Dan again.
But there I've been closed up, but like there was fuck all points this week.
Gary is Jesus. He's within.
He got like 80 points last week, and I got like 50.
Dan, this could all go pot for you.
I know, it's only week 7 or something.
Yeah. Incredible stuff. The code for the fantasy football, if anybody would like to join in, is 174451 525194. That's 174451 525194. We will tweet that at ITK Soccer Show, and hopefully one of us will remember this time to put it into the comments when we post the link from YouTube to Facebook. So that's
and SoundCloud.
So that's pretty much all from us, I guess. Any parting words, lads? Anything else that you'd like to discuss? Did John knock out the laptop again?
I think it went off itself.
At least the match was over.
I've one final thing is at least I can probably know a Leeds manager won't be sacked this week.
Controversial.
It's a possibility. Like if we lose to Cardiff and Redfern loses his job, because technically he's already had 5 games in charge this year.
Yeah.
Which he was undefeated for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Well, here's hoping.
Could be interesting because you might only get to 6 games that Milanic got.
Where are you in the league at the moment?
Because we hadn't won in 6 under Milanic, we're into 18th, and we were up to 8th for a while. When Redfern got us from relegation when Hockaday was there, and back up to 8th.
Yeah.
Because we won a couple of games, and then with Milanic we've gone all the way back down. So Redfern's going to have to come and do the exact same thing again a month later.
Any articles coming up?
Not really, because Leave our season closed. So
I thought you might do a season review for them or something.
Yeah, oh no, I'll do a season review for Rovers and I'll stick it up and.
Okay, let us know about that. Any gigs this week, John?
I don't think so. No, I'm in work mostly this week.
Any more shooting incidents in Crime Call or Fair City?
No, but that went down very well.
I can't believe that's not on fucking RT Player.
No. You can go to my house and watch it.
I actually going to call up with beers one day and we're just going to watch it again.
Go tomorrow to watch the Swansea game and watch Crime Call.
Oh man, I got to do the wrestling podcast.
No, I'll bring him. Well, I'll do
after. You were doing a 7:30.
Yeah, come up after.
I might come up for second half.
Yeah. Sarah's away for a month now, so I'm kind of bored.
Where's she going?
She's going out to Cork for placement.
Yeah. We'll go. I'll go up.
Oh, so the issue is free gaff in yours, like wrecking the place.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough social.
Just DM me for the old address for John's gaff, and everyone come in.
Yeah, we'll have our first ever ITK Halloween party up at John's this week.
We all have to dress up as our favourite footballer.
Are you doing anything for Halloween?
Well, it's the last day in work, so I'll be in work till midnight. So, but I do have a couple of costumes ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
How
you
about
won't
you?
be able to wear. I've got Spider-Man outfit ready to put on, but I don't know who to or where to
So
apologize.
I've been clean since the last.
Yeah, I've watched it.
Halloweens.
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was all beer spilled all over. Well, I hope it was beer anyway.
How'd you get go last week?
It was actually good crack. The crowd didn't care for me because I went on first and it was a small crowd, but I got to offend them massively, which is fun.
And that's always the way to go,
Yeah.
right? Okay, guys, so you can check out all that stuff again at ITK Soccer Show on Twitter. We'll be posting from Dan's Facebook, John's Facebook, and myself. Also, Dan O'Carroll on YouTube is where you can get the archives on the show. And every current
SoundCloud is ITK Soccer Show as well.
ITK Soccer
On
Show on
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, and the most recent episode will be up there until next week's episode goes up live. So if you want to stream that without the
Or else
delay
if
of
someone
video,
would like to give us money so we pay for SoundCloud and it'll all be up there.
How much is SoundCloud?
Oh, it's like 50 a year. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
A year.
Something like that. It's like,
Alright.
you can put one up and then you can delete the other one, so you can actually have two up at every time.
what can I say? Mo money,
Telling
mo
you.
problems, huh?
Well, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we're more than happy.
I got an idea. I got a guy I know.
You got a guy, you know,
His name's Ted.
Father Ted.
Oh no, DiBiase. We'll be back same time next week. Thanks very much.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.